Hello and welcome back to Morenatsu. Last time we had a nice, lovely evening at the summer festival with Shin-kun. So, we're on day 24, I think. So, yeah, we'll just continue. I was in front of Shin-kun's house, just like always. It's not like I come here every day, but I've gotten used to coming here. That, though, was on my mind. That thought was on my mind when I rang the door. Ah, Nishimura-kun, welcome. Good day. Is Shin-kun available? Yes. He's in the middle of something in the kitchen right now. Oh, yes, I'll be heading out right now, so can I ask you two to take care of everything? Oh, okay then. Thank you. Don't go too crazy. See you then. Amaki's always so busy. Even then, it's amazing how I can't sense that from him. Oh, Amaki, we're almost out of wheat flour, so when you have time. Oh, excuse me. Good morning. Good morning. I saw Shin-kun as he leaned his head out of the kitchen. Maybe it's because Shin-kun mistook me for Amaki-san, but it felt kind of awkward. Could you wait a moment? I'm in the middle of cutting something. Oh, sure thing. Is it a cake? No, a pie. Can you go ahead to my room? Okay. I headed for Shin-kun's room as instructed. So there's a pie today. Sorry to keep you waiting. Shin-kun came along with a tray with some tea and confections. Is it okay if I move this first? Oh, is it okay if I move this first? I suppose. Can you use that chair? Okay. I could smell the sweet, aromatic smell of apple pie. That brings that bright look at the bright look of it makes it look pretty good too. And the black tea smells as good as ever. Time to eat. And then I put my fork into the pie. It cut into pretty easily. When I put it in my mouth, I noticed the taste of butter and bittersweet jam. The texture of the boiled apples and the texture of the pie crust melded together in harmony. You did pretty good today, too. Well, about normal. Oh, he's as harsh on himself as ever. I even gave him a perfect score. Even so, I said I'd be coming over. I really wanted us to make something together. Oh, that face you're making says nothing we make together will turn out good. Ugh. Nobody said that. I'm kidding. That was surprisingly frank from him. I smiled at him while I thought about how much he was frowning at that joke. Hiroyuki. What? When you're done, would you please go home after that? Oh. Are you busy? It's not like that. I don't want you to come here anymore. What? I didn't get what he just said to me, so after I swallowed my bite of pie, I repeated it in my head. Don't come anymore. That's what it sounded like. I said don't come here anymore. Shin-kun plainly repeated it again, as if following up with a strike after routing me. This time I couldn't mistake it for anything else. Why? Don't you get it? Even I have my own circumstances. I want to stop giving up my time for your sake. With that attitude, it can't be a joke, and it disturbed me to a strange degree, even... No way, that's so sudden! I've been planning on saying it earlier, but I never had the chance. So then, I was always causing trouble for him? All this time? Shin-kun looked away from me and was actively avoiding my eyes. Just what did I do? And also, was he always thinking of that of me? I could see it in that stiffened profile that he was putting up with some sort of emotion. The silence was getting painful. I could hear my dry laughing inside my head. This summer, I was a little anxious to get closer to Shin, but could it be that I was the one getting, I was the only one getting excited about it? Now, I was filled with an empty, inexcusable feeling. Even after those fun tea times, did Shin just see them as just something he had to do? So I'm just a shameless friend? Sorry. In any case, I want you to stop coming. Shin-kun spoke quickly as if trying to cover up what he muttered. Now he was looking straight at me. Really? But after a moment he couldn't bear it anymore, so he looked away. I don't get it. What is he hiding? Even I could see that something's off. But what? What does he really mean by not coming here anymore? Why won't he tell me? I couldn't tell what his intentions were, and as my mind clouded over, I tried desperately to say something. Would something bad happen if I come here? Then, how about we go somewhere next time? I know. How about the candy shop? I won't go. I see. He cut back shortly. What should I do? What should I do here? In front of the half-eaten apple pie, all words were gone. Silence ruled over the room again. I've been the cause of all this. Did I do something wrong? What do you have to do? If I got in the way, maybe I can help out to make up for it. Nothing. No, wait, I can't accept this. Okay then, but if there is anything, feel free to... I said there's nothing. Something fell out at the same time, he shouted. Shin-kun hid his faltered face. Shin-kun's crying. Why? Did I really say something that hurtful? In any case, I don't want you coming anymore. And also, I want you to stop seeing me. Even if you say that, not see him anymore, what does he mean by that? He really doesn't want to meet me anymore? But why? What did I do? Even if you just say that, I don't understand. If I could get a reason. What? That. Shin-kun's face separated away. His hands on my shoulders, too. Was I? Just... kissed? Okay. In surprise, I went to check the fleeting feeling on my lips, and unconsciously my hands touched my mouth. It's disgusting, isn't it? I won't do anything else, so would you please forget this and go home? The suddenness of it left me in a daze, and Shin-kun's words brought me back to my senses. Clearly tell him your feelings. That's how you get the perfect ending, right? It's not disgusting at all. I unexpectedly raised my voice. I also love you, Shin-kun, so... So then, it was a little surprising, but I guess I was a bit happy about it. That's right. So in other words, it was a confession. On top of that, it was from Shin-kun. I finally understood what just happened, and I realized my face was flushing as I calmed down. And to think that you'd be the one to do this, Shin-kun, it makes me so happy. I don't know, kind of wish it was Torihiko, but you know how it is. Say that. Don't just say that. Aren't you supposed to be going soon? And just what are you suggesting? That we go out even if we know you're leaving? No. I wasn't... You just simply tell someone that you love them, but do you understand how much that can hurt people? You're happy. Stop lying to me. I'm not lying. Then what are you saying? Shin-kun, don't make a promise you can't keep. When he yelled, I lost sight of what I was going to say. What did I do? This isn't like Shin-kun at all. I don't understand. I beg you. I'm begging you. Shin-kun was crying. As he shouted, as he heaved with sobs, his tears rained down. I've never even once saw that sort of face from him. I don't even know if it was okay to say anything. Shin-kun took 2, 3 big trembling breaths, then tried as best he could to speak calmly. Sorry. I just got mad. But it's no good. We can't be together. I realized what I'm saying is egotistical, but I don't know what else to do. I don't want you caught up in my selfishness. So, don't come anymore. Shin-kun, please, Hiroyuki. Slowly, his usual bracing attitude scattered further than I could even imagine, and Shin-kun continued crying. I desperately tried to find words to comfort him, but no matter how much I thought I couldn't come up with anything good. Helplessly, Shin-kun was getting distant, and it felt like anything I say would only hurt him. Still, I tried desperately to come up with something, but I couldn't. Not one thing that could let me approach him. If there was anything I could say, there was just one thing. Sorry. As the mutual silence persisted, I left behind my half-eaten pie and left Shin-kun's house. Why did Shin-kun do that? Why did he tell me, don't come? Why did he cry? I don't get it. I don't get it, Shin-kun. I just don't get it. Since that day, I've never went out more than necessary. I'm not a shut-in, but I was afraid of running into Shin-kun or Maki-san. I couldn't explain all that well why I'm exactly afraid of, but I wasn't sure how should I act if I met them. So I didn't want to see them. So I was afraid to see them. All right, done now. Maybe it was because I was trying to hide my anxiety, but I've been unconsciously talking to myself more. I sigh a little when I notice myself doing it again. I uncharacteristically faced the desk silently while I was killing time. And today the day was mostly over. It's still too early for dinner, isn't it? As I felt the slightly cool outside breeze, I wiped the sweat off of me while considering it. Hiroyuki-chan, phone. Oh, okay. A phone call? From who? When I got to the phone, Grandma was waiting there holding the receiver. Who was it? Kurai-san, they said. Kurai? That name made me stop with a start. It's from Shin-kun? Well, take it. Yes. I picked up the phone awkwardly and tried to keep my voice from shaking while I answered. Hello? Yes, this is Kurai. Nishimura-kun? Amaki-san? When I heard that familiar voice on the line, I reflexively smoothed down my chest. Grandma probably had to get dinner ready. I could hear her going back to the kitchen. Is Shin-kun... Shin-kun? He's doing fine. That aside, I want to talk with you for a bit. May I have a bit of your time? He's fine. That's a relief to hear. Yet it also filled me with a strange sense of sadness. If there wasn't anything, it should have been best. With me? Yes. As soon as possible, maybe even now if you can. Now? What's all this all of a sudden? But with him as busy as he is, he must have really tried to scrape some time together for this. That won't work? Oh, no, it's fine. That's so? In that case, can we meet at the park? The park, understood. I'll be waiting. Click. Yep. What could Amaki-san want? It was stuck in my head, but I couldn't think on it too hard then, so I obediently went out. Maybe it was the way he always speaks, or maybe it was because of what was on my mind the past few days. Grandma, I'm going out for a little bit. Right now? But it's almost dinner time. Why is this? Why is it like this? Okay. Look, I've opened Renpai before. I know that, like, shouldn't it just be Grandma? Like, it was like that before. So shouldn't they have used, like, that line of code that determines who's talking? Like, come on. Like, what? That seems weird to me. Sorry, I'll be back as soon as possible. If I end up late, go ahead and eat without me. I'll be going now. I left while saying that into my grandma, who was leaning out of the kitchen, and I ran over to the park. Ah, Nishimura-kun, over here. When I reached the park, Amaki-san was waiting, waving his hand. I waved back as I entered into the interior. It was almost evening, so there were no children around, and the red-dyed scenery shone sadly and quietly. Sorry for calling you out so suddenly. It's okay. So, what did you want to talk about? About Shin-kun, for a bit. It should have been obvious that name would roll out of his mouth, but the way it sounded it felt like it was out of my expectations, and my heart pounded loudly once. It would be fine if I was just overthinking things, but it seems he's been in a strange mood. Would you happen to know anything about that? No, not really. About when his mood started, I don't need that many details, but you noticed anything? About when that time we went to the festival, I thought he was the same as ever. As of the festival, I don't think there was anything, but after that, he started acting different. That's right, nothing happened up to the festival. But after that, he suddenly told me to not come, and then he suddenly kissed me. Thinking about what's out of the ordinary was hard, but Shin-kun, that date was completely different, and I couldn't understand his intentions at all. As to what, I can't say, but when I think about it, after the festival, I felt like his mood suddenly shifted. I can't actually say he kissed me, but I answered as much as I could. Is that it? It must have definitely been caused by the master's letter. The master? As he muttered something important, I reflexively asked back. Mr. Kiichiro? Kiichiro. Okay. Shin-kun's father. Shin-kun's? That letter came the day after you and Shin-kun went to the festival, and the time matched up exactly. What was written in it? Asking that was in the letter was boorish, but I didn't want to not ask. Why did Shin-kun do that? I wanted a hint of something, no matter how small it might have been. The letter was a summation of recent events. A worry about being unable to meet a son, and it was attached to a letter of invitation, a letter of invitation from an overseas technical school. Yes. It's a prestigious school that has turned out many a great If it's from the master, it might be a gift for the son he can't normally see. But for Shin-kun, he may be nearing a painful choice. To give up his life here, to turn down his father's favor. One of the two. As Amaki-san spoke, he put a finger for each choice and looked like he was making a peace sign. Has Shin-kun already decided? I can't say anything about that. If he doesn't want to, if, and if we inform the master, it's possible to wipe this off the papers. But it might be impossible. The boy might have discarded the choices to say no while he struggles with it. Why? Shin-kun said making confections was a hobby. He said so many times he didn't plan to do it for work. And yet, why would he suddenly change his mind? Did he really hate the village that much? I don't get it, and I unconsciously raised my voice. It's a favor from the master's relative. Amaki-san quietly replied to me, and when I shouted, then he told me about it. All about Shin-kun. Poor child. Look at him just pains my heart. Ever since he was young, he always tried his best, all alone, even after he had forgotten why he was trying so hard. If that was true, he'd speak selfishly more, depend more, be resistant more, and so much else. But that boy knows what would be bothersome. Because he loves him. Truly loves him. He troubled them without even doing anything. He's such a smart, awkward boy. He sat down with on a low seesaw, and he kept talking in a tone that I couldn't tell was to me or to himself. Do you still remember the reason Shin-kun came to this village? I'm pretty sure it was from asthma treatment. Not treatment, recovery. I think from that time, the boy might have already known he was... Why there fly here? Go away. The boy might have already known he was causing his parents trouble. But that's what children do anyway. He could have been more like a child, but he insisted he could do it all by himself. That sort of perception is strange for a child. Even the scarce time his parents had to visit, I'd be more accurate to say that he was welcoming them rather than depending on them. He tried his best to make them happy, smile for them. And he absolutely never cried until he was alone. What resulted in the Shin-kun you all know very well. Did I get him? No? No. Okay. An image of Shin-kun who has always recited always looking uninterested and always looking unpleased crossed my mind. Eventually, he'd say that I'd even remember how he'd personally act selfish. Somehow, it seems like he's still unable to rely on others. After saying that, Amaki-san gave a little breath. This guy really is Shin-kun's family. He understood Shin-kun more than anyone else and supported him just as much. But then why? Amaki-san? Amaki-san, is there something you can't do? You know him the best, and you're the closest to him. It's because I'm his caretaker. He spoke with the same bright, cheery face as always. That was the first time I could tell it was a finely crafted mask. If I told him his true feelings, he would surely follow them. If I said, "Don't you really want to stay here?" he would probably stop feeling conflicted. But I have no intention of doing so. Whatever he chooses, I will support 100%. Shin-kun will be the one to decide in the end. There's no meaning otherwise. Isn't that cruel? I think so. But any advice I'd give would indirectly become an order. Nothing would change in that situation. Because Amaki said so is unacceptable. There's no meaning if he doesn't choose by himself. That's as far as a guardian's role goes. That's why I came for your assistance. Would you speak with him one more time? What he needs now isn't a caretaker like me, but someone like you, a friend. Amaki-san's eyes were looking straight at me, full of sincerity. I won't force you to do so. Just seeing and listening to him is enough. So, can I count on you? Even if I go, I don't know if he'll talk to me. It's because it's you that I'm asking. Amaki-san stressed because it's you, and I couldn't answer back. I want to see Shin-kun. I want to see him and talk to him clearly one more time. But won't he just yell and shut me out? I won't take your answer now. But if you want to, visit whenever you'd like, before you have to leave. I understand. When I answered back, Amaki-san grinned as he stood up and wiped off his pants. Sorry for taking as much of your time. I have to finish my shopping for dinner, so I have to leave now. Right now? Sometimes the fridge runs empty. Amaki-san winks at sometimes, and I nodded in understanding. Shin-kun will worry if I take too long. See you. See you then. As I waved back at the smiling Amaki-san, my determination was finalized. If I go, will something actually happen? I didn't have that much time left to worry. If I go see him, I might not get a second chance to do so. Oh yes, that's right. Amaki-san seemed to remember something as he stood back to where I still stood. What is it? Have you at least kissed yet? What? And wait, why is he even asking that? Did he hear about it from Shin-kun? No, wait, he wouldn't say that. It hit me harder than expected, and I stood stock, still unable to answer as I flopped my mouth like a fish. I see. So is this what they mean, to strike someone dumb? Or so I uselessly, calmly analyzed myself. Kidding. Bye. Bye. As he waved away while acting silly, was he really the same person who looked so serious when talking about Shin-kun? I stupidly saw him off as I got a little uneasy. When I couldn't see Amaki-san anymore, somehow I felt like laughing. It really felt like something had fallen out of my chest. I had been thinking gloomily until now, but now it was spilling out from the pit of my stomach. I didn't really get why that was so weird, and just that it was too weird, and I laughed. If a stranger saw me, they'd definitely think I was going nuts. The oppressive feeling that had always been on my mind left, and in reaction to that, I was laughing uncontrollably. Next to the seesaw, the dust-colored park, I kept laughing for a while. I've decided that when tomorrow comes, I'm going to see Shin-kun. The next day, I was still in my room. I remember Amaki-san's words from yesterday. What Shin-kun needed was a friend like me. All right, let's go. I reconfirmed my feelings, then headed out to Shin-kun's house. It's been a few days since I've seen it, and once again I was in front of the door I should be used to. I don't know how things will go, but I've come this far, so I have to keep going. I steeled myself and pressed the intercom. Yes, who might this be? This is Nishimura. Is Shin-kun available? Ah, it's you. I'll open the door now. Good afternoon. So, you've come? Yes. Where's Shin-kun? He's in his room. I'll take you there, so please come along. Pardon the intrusion. Thank you for coming. Yes. Shikun, can I come in? So am I just imagining you already in here? Don't be so stuffy. A friend came over. A friend? Hi. Hiroyuki. Okay, I'll be going downstairs now. Oh, yes. I told him about the technician school. Amaki! Weren't you going to tell him anyway? Oh, was it wrong for him to hear it from me first? Now then, I'll be downstairs. If you need anything, just call for me. Hang in there. On the way out, Amaki-san whispered that into my ear. What should I say first? As I smiled politely in the awkward mood, I broke the ice. Sorry, I came over again. Are you mad? Not really. Shinkun looked away as he said that. Is it true that you're going to an overseas school? Not yet. I haven't decided. I was almost carelessly overwhelmed by the increasingly cold attitude, but I somehow managed to work up the next words. What do you want to do, Shinkun? Eh? Didn't you say that before? That you wanted to leave making sweets a hobby? Unless you seriously are aiming to be a pastrier. That's... I can't really say it all that well, but I think it's wrong to lie to yourself, to your own feelings. You... Don't speak like you know anything about me. But... Even without saying anything, Shinkun should know best. The moment he shouted, the transparent falling down from made everything clear. No. No. Why? Shinkun, won't you say it outright? A little bit is fine. Just tell me your feelings. This is my problem. You aren't involved. Like the tears he had tried to wipe as he sat on the bed, Shinkun's words shot off bit by bit. I'm not involved? I'm always worried about you. You're so shameless. So please, just leave me alone. I can't leave you alone. Why? Because, isn't it obvious? Because we're friends? There's that, but... Because you're important to me. Is that so wrong? Don't just say things like that. And just like that, Shinkun fell silent again. I can't stand watching you like this. If anyone tries holding up like that much, won't they break? If you don't have faith in me, that's fine. At least speak properly to Amaki-san or someone else. I can't do that. After that, I couldn't hear anything. Shinkun trembled as he took a deep breath, and I could see he was trying to soothe himself. I waited until he said something again. How long would I have to wait? Bit by bit, Shinkun started talking again. I want to say I hate you. Why? Because you hate me? It's the opposite. The opposite. I've always loved you. Maybe, even since we were little. I've been hanging onto yearning and liking for you. Holding those kinds of feelings for someone of the same sex one-sidedly is disgusting, isn't it? I didn't understand my own feelings either. But after spending time with you this summer, I realized that I liked you more than a friend. It was those kinds of feelings. Then, that's not disgusting at all. I mean, I feel the same. That's not true. No, you're wrong. I'm not like that. You're wrong. Wrong? I never wanted to love you. So I decided to stop these feelings in me. That would have been just fine. That would have been fine. If these feelings wouldn't be returned, at least if you came by, I thought it would be enough. Even if you didn't come around, it'd be fine if we just stayed friends. Just that would have been okay. Shin-kun, this is your fault. It's because you came close that I don't understand my feelings. I don't understand at all. My feelings swelled up and I can't stop them. At the time, Dad's letter came in. Azumaki said, it's about an overseas technical school. I like making sweets, and I like eating them. If I turn it into a job, I could surely become happy. And that's why I can understand my father's feelings. But I'm not like that. I don't want to just do that for work. If people just said that what I make is good, that would be enough. Even if I could make better things if I studied, even then, I didn't want it. I know I didn't want to go. I thought, I want to stay here. It's like the selfishness of a child, isn't it? I know, but I can't decide. I don't know what's best, even if I knew the answer. When I read the letter, I thought of you first, and then I hoped you might stop me. When I noticed I hoped that, I knew. I noticed the me that ran from the circumstances to you and explain your excuses. I wanted to fall in love with you, but I really just wanted to see you as a convenient human. I was shocked, and I laughed. If I could push that selfishness onto you, I thought I could get rid of these feelings. If you clearly rejected me, I thought I could do that. And yet, why didn't you say that? Why did you say you love me? Why are you in front of me again? I wanted you to hate me. Just say you hate me. That would be fine. I wanted you to give up on me. I wanted you to draw a line. But why am I hesitating? So these are Shin-kun's true feelings. I quietly got close to Shin-kun, who was sobbing on the bed, and then I sat next to him. Don't fill me with any more doubts. Even if you make me happy, it'd only be painful. So clearly, give up on me. I beg you, Hiroyuki. Shin-kun shrank like a frightened child as I extended my hand, and for a moment he was perplexed when I touched him. I thought he would break apart. I told myself it was an illusion, and held him by his shoulders. And then I firmly pulled him close to me. The delicate black cat's body fell onto the on top of my chest. Hiroyuki. So I held that slim body. I slowly spoke to him like I would a crying child. Hey Shin-kun, what do you want to give up? Eh? Because Shin-kun, you seem to be in so much pain. If it's like that, is it really so bad to give up something? But aren't you the one to decide? It's okay to be a little selfish. Don't get mad and listen. If what you say is true, I'll listen, and I was a bit happy. You were relying on me that much. I didn't say that. You did. It was the first thing you thought of. I was the first thing you thought of. Isn't that relying on me? No. This might bother you, but I'll speak selfishly. I don't want you to go. If you go, I definitely want you to come back. Because I once again gave him the words I decided on. If it's now, I think it'll reach. I love you, Shin-kun. If I can't see you, I'll be sad. Shin-kun shook his head in my chest as I tightly held him. He hugged back just as hard. Terrible. You're terrible, Hiroyuki. And I said such cruel things to you. I held his sobbing form and then patted his small back. Okay. Then patted his spell back as he spoke. I'm scared. If I'm with you, I might depend on you. I might get dependent on you. So I'm scared. There's no dependence. When you're suffering by yourself, that's when it's okay to rely on someone. But I'm bothering you. You aren't bothering me at all. If you rely on me, if you trust me, don't you know that makes me happy? I'm not bothering you? That's right. I can be selfish? Yeah. I. It's okay to be in love with you? Yeah. Yeah, okay. The one crying loudly in my chest wasn't the unpleasant, unpleasable honor student, but it was a frightened child. That's how it is, isn't it? It was never something you could do yourself. It's just something you had to do that way. You always tried so hard by yourself. Don't rely on anyone. You don't know how to. I raised the head of the black cat in the arms, in my arms, and I forcibly kissed those lips. Wow. Okay. Just as Shin-kun did that day. I love you. Don't cry anymore. I'm here with you now. It was awkward, but our tongues entwined deeply. Jesus Christ. Yeah. You know, it's this kind of content I'm not into. When I felt characteristically rough to Catman's hug, yeah, okay. When I realized that, I pushed Shin-kun down on the bed. After our faces parted with while breathing roughly, I began exposing the undergarden form of that black cat while he was crying his eyes out, spellbound. What? Okay. I unintentionally swallowed some saliva as I laid my hands on his. Okay. When I was taken aback and backed off from Shin-kun in panic. Sorry. It's okay. Do it how you want to. Shin-kun. If it's you, it's okay. Shin-kun was calmly smiling, but still shaking a little when I deeply kissed him one more time. You're sure, right? Yeah. Okay, here I go then. Okay. Foreplay went well enough, so Shin-kun let me in okay. As I supported myself on my arm slowly, moving my hips, even with all the resistance, I could tell my tip was slowly going in. Does it hurt? Yeah. Sorry if I don't do well. Even as I was speaking to him, I was moving into Shin-kun little by little, far enough that the whole of my tip was inside. I'm okay. You feel something? I'm not sure yet. But I do know it's very big. No, the main character is Asian. That is not the case. You think so? No way. Mine's not that big. It's average, I think. As my face showed some embarrassment, I went in further. Things went more smoothly then, and I thought after just getting in, I thought I was pushing too much, but Shin-kun seemed okay. You're warm and big, Hiroyuki. Shin-kun, it's embarrassing when you stare at me like that. Shin-kun suddenly frowned and tightly grabbed my shoulders. Maybe it was hurting him. Oh, sorry, does it hurt? No, it doesn't. Shin-kun shook his head, but his voice did get quieter. He was grabbing tight, so as if saying, don't move. Should I pull out? If we overdo it, it might hurt. Hiroyuki. I want you to stop adding it. The black cat turned his face away. His eyes flooded. Yeah, Jesus Christ. I don't know. Then, Shin. Shin-kun smiled, satisfied. At the same time, the hands on my shoulders relaxed. My heartbeat suddenly quickened. Sorry, I can't hold back anymore. Yeah, okay. When I suddenly began moving again, Shin-kun tightened back into surprise. However, with the tightening happening in on the lubed area up, all it really did was drive my excitement up. Hiroyuki! Ah! Slow down. I can't, Shin-kun. Wait. As I somewhat forcefully wrinkled my hips, a sweet voice sometimes rose up. I couldn't help but spur me on, and I thrust into Shin, trying to figure things out. No, if you move there. Every time I moved, I slowly better understood how to keep going. Just like that, I was sliding and smoothing until, yeah, okay. Crying. What a bitch. The feelings running through my body, the voice in my ear, the Shin-kun's body. Yeah, Jesus Christ. All of it got my blood boiling. Wait, this is... the black cat breathed me... breathed that, whatever. Thailand. I think I'm just gonna... You all okay with this? Just me kind of skipping the dialogue here? Because, I don't know. This doesn't do anything for me. Yeah, let's just... Yeah. It's just a bunch of sex things happening. You know how it is. Are you okay? Do you feel pain anywhere? I'm okay. Hiroyuki, was it good for you? Yeah. Then that's good. He smiles bashfully even after we've done something like this, but the expression on his face was much more innocent than than I had ever seen. It wasn't false. It wasn't a decoy to be very pure. This was Shin-kun's true face. My heart's still pounding. Mine too. Hiroyuki. What? Shin clung tight to me. Can I say something selfish? Like what? Just let me do this for a while. I want to stay like this. Okay. Shin settled onto my chest, and I held him back gently. I felt our body temperature become one, and before I knew it, we fell asleep like that. My body is sinking. I can't breathe. Help. Help me. I hear children's voices from far away. In the excitement, I hear someone calling. It's probably an adult calling them. A white ceiling. My mother's crying face. Did I have another fit? I'm sorry. My mother's hand tightly holding mine, so it's very warm. Shin-kun's body is weak, so you can't push him into anything. No, I asked for it. I said I wanted us to run and play together. But I'm the child of a rich family. The adults were always sensitive to the possibility I might not get up. Won't you clap soon? That's why I was always told no. Even so, when I was selfish, everyone got mad. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. Even if you're with me, it's boring, isn't it? There wasn't anything I really liked. No art, no music, no literature. I was just trying to find something I could do alone. Once I could read, I was essentially lost in my books. Even with a body like this, if I read a book, I was free. You're amazing, Shin-kun. No, I'm not amazing at all. I just haven't done anything else. Since I was always alone, I did things people could do alone, and that's all there was to it. Even then, people still think that of me. They said, "It's amazing how you can do anything by yourself." But I was happy my parents just praised me. Because I had always worried them. When they smiled for me, I was so happy. Minasato Village. If I go there, my sickness could be healed. The two of them told me I'd be living there from now on. I nodded to both of them in reply. I never said it. I knew, even without asking. What about you, Mom and Dad? I never said it. Because I knew the answer. Even if I asked the question, it only caused trouble for them. I'll be okay by myself. Besides, the one looking after me in their place is someone I know very well. But I was scared of the morning arriving. Maybe all of this was a dream, and when I opened my eyes, I'd be with my parents. And maybe that morning won't come. But it was all a fantasy. An idle fantasia. Phantasm? Yeah. When I opened my eyes, it all disappeared, a stupid dream. When morning came, I helplessly realized that that's why I was scared of that morning coming. I was always alone. Nothing changed. Nothing could change. I was shown that was the only truth. Dream? Why am I suddenly remembering that time? Always alone. Maybe I always felt like that. Ever since I came to this village. Hiroyuki. Why are you in my bed? Oh, right. Up until a while ago, You sleep so well? All alone? What kind of stupid thing am I saying? This village allows me to be myself, and I didn't have a good friends. I really was alone. But if I did have friends who didn't treat me like an untouchable swell, who talked with me normally, who were so impotent and noisy. Transferring? Yep. That's why I came to see you. I see. Come on, say some more. Well, that is like you, Shin-kun. Later, take care of yourself, even if I'm not here. You take care too, Hiroyuki. I didn't say anything then either. The day I knew the friend I loved would leave. Since then, always up until now. I'll be lonely if I can't see you. I couldn't say I didn't want us to be separated. He was going to leave me behind too. I couldn't think of it any other way. Are you okay with someone like me? It's not a dream, is it, Hiroyuki? I quietly whispered it inside my mouth, and I gently pressed my face against him. I could smell his scent. It's warm. It's not a dream. I'm here with you. I love you. I've always loved you. Hiroyuki. I said it one more time in my head, and slowly closed my eyelids. All right, it's about time for me to go home. Right. Thanks for everything today. Hey, I'm not trying to press you for an answer, but what are you going to do about school? I'm going to think about it again on my own way. It's okay, I can decide by myself. If you say so, Shin-kun. But if you want my advice, go ahead and ask. I'll help you as much as I can. Thank you. By the way, what? Try saying my name one more time. Shin-kun? It was a little weird after I realized what I said so casually. I mean Shin. It's okay, don't force yourself. Everyone will think it's weird if you're addressing me differently. You think so? I think they've fallen into the habit of using kun. Sorry. I said that's okay. Though, I suppose I'd be happy if you called me that when we're alone, I think. Shin looked away a little as his voice softened. When I saw him obviously embarrassed, my face relaxed instinctively. Got it. I'll do it whenever I can. Okay. Hey, Shin. What? After a little silence, we kissed each other one more time before I would leave. If I leave, I'm sure we'll meet again. This is a promise we exchanged. Oh, wait. Immediately after our faces parted, Shin-kun seemed to remember something and went to his desk. He pulled something out of the drawer and brought it back. This is... It might not work here, but there may be a signal in Kanzari. Is it okay if we exchange numbers and addresses? Of course! No, wait. I left it back at my grandparents'. Next time, then. We'll be fine if we're separated, won't we? Yeah, definitely. I gave a big nod to Shin-kun, who seemed a bit anxious. Is this it? I didn't bring that much here. My toothbrush? It's fine. I have to change my clothes for tomorrow, and, I can't forget what's in the laundry now. Okay, that's everything. Tomorrow is the summer vacations ends. I was putting my luggage together in my room. There shouldn't be anything I've forgotten. Oh, I should bring my cell phone. I put it out, from within my stuff, then look at the time. Is this a good time as any? I should probably get going then. Hey, you're here! Welcome here, Yuki. Why are you guys greeting him? Don't sweat the small stuff. Aren't you busy with the prep, Shin? Can't you help more if you think so? Especially you, Konosuke. What? But we're guests. Fine words from someone who's late. I get what you mean, but only Konosuke was late. I can believe that. Kurai, is it alright to put the chair here? Yes. Line up circling the table. Each will be done later. Maybe I'm a bit early. We were having a goodbye party for me at Shin's house, but it looks like they're still prepping it. Sorry it isn't ready yet. It's okay, I got here earlier than I said it. Anyways. That aside, how about I help out? That's okay. You're the guest of honor, and we're almost done. So just make yourself at home and wait. So I'll be looked after instead of helping out. When I thought that, I took up Shin's offer, pulled up a chair, and watched everyone else. The setting up was mostly done, and all that was left was waiting for the tableware and cooking. Got the food here. Wow, it's such a big help. You're strong, Midori-kun. This is nothing. I can't really overlook that many upsets, though. All right? Yeah. Do the decorations go like this? Yes, that's good. So, you can take a break now, Tono-kun. Thank you so much for your help. This ain't much, really. Amaki-san, where should I put the drinks? Things might get crowded like this, won't they? Just a moment. Takahara-kun. Yes, what is it? I'm sorry, but would you help me carry in one more table? Oh, I understand. As I watched everyone, I suddenly realized someone was nearby. The tanuki was creeping up towards the food, restlessly peering around, looking so shady. Konosuke? Did you really think I wouldn't notice? Come on, I don't care if you won't help, but can't you at least not sneak food? How about you get a table out by yourself? What? You're so mean! Then help out a bit, or at least behave. Okay. Konosuke left, dejected. I involuntarily laughed after watching their little back and forth. Oh, sorry. I was thinking you, look just like always. Really? Yeah. It's good you're in such high spirits. It's because you're here. Thank you, Hiroyuki. Nah. I didn't really do much. That aside, how did the other things turn out? I gave my dad a proper answer. What'd you say? I wrote down, stop sticking your nose into things, idiot. Well, that's something. Is that okay? If he complains about it, he can tell me the next time he sees me. Is that okay? This is fine. Seeing Shin-kun smiling like that was so refreshing. If there's anything I want to say it to face. Not by letter, email, or phone calls. I can be that much selfish, can't I? I see. Yeah, that's true. Okay then. Hiroyuki's goodbye party, guys. Let's see him off with a bang. Cheers! That's what Tatsuni said in the end. Just as he raised his glass, so did everyone else, and everyone started reaching for their food. The food was placed on a different table, and there was salad, chicken, sandwiches. Things turned out to be a smorgasbord. For now, I picked up chicken, not Neapolitan? Okay. And then some corn soup. But wow, man, that went by fast. Yeah. I wanted to stay here a while longer. Right? You should totally move back here. Torihiko held a shoulder as he said that. I was finally grabbed, and I gave a vague answer to my childhood friend smiling to me. Huh? Who knows? Come on, he can't decide like that. You'll bother him by being unreasonable. What? Aren't you being cold? It's just common sense. It's hard to move around here, and higher ed and finding employment is hard. Then I'll find a job for you. The sun will blow up by then. What was that? What, got a problem? Come on, you guys. Break it up. Just take the flirting elsewhere. Shut it, you. These guys haven't changed at all. The way their aggressiveness turned to Konosuke, maybe if they'll be tamed, sticking with a certain human. Words, don't fail me. Not right now. I left those two to Konosuke and went back to my own meal. You're not eating, Juichi-san. Yeah. What's wrong? Could it be that your stomach hurts? No, I'm fine, Kodori. Don't worry about me. But... Yes, it's alright, Shin-kun. Juichi-san just getting ready for what's after this. After this? There's a big honey cake made. I'll have to wrap up any leftovers, too. Yeah. Oh, I understand. Juichi-san is a glutton. Oh my god. Yeah. Oh, that's so mean. That's so mean to Juichi. Don't be mean to him. He's such a good lad. Look at him. Like when he blushes, his ears blush. It's cute. As I saw the soft, natural smile on his face, I suddenly felt warm fuzzies feelings myself. Out of nowhere, I felt a strange presence, this aura, and I looked up. what I saw was... So, this one's good too. Yeah, it is. Oh, senpai, I also like this one. Let me see. Yep, that tastes good. I wonder what that is. Doesn't it feel like they have their own little world? I know they were close when I first saw them, but was it to that extent? Could those two possibly be... No, wait, I shouldn't pry that much into things. What the? What's wrong, Tatsuni? I was getting up from my seat to get seconds when I noticed Tatsune wandering around looking for something. Oh, I just can't find something I brought. Something you brought? Is it important? Yeah, I splurged on it just for today. Splurged on it. Are you talking about this? That! Amaki-san was holding was what could easily be a bottle of sake. The words Junmai Dai Jinjo refined sake Dragon Slayer was written on it. This may be a relaxing party, but we can't be having this. Ugh. But maybe we can call your father and make a big uproar about things. You'll all have to take things elsewhere, though. Please forgive me. I'll hang on to this then. Okay. You really do like sake, don't you, Tatsuni? Of course I do. Real men drink. But isn't this a beer gut? Those scales feel squishy. I kind of like it. Stop that, Hiroyuki. It tickles. It's amazing how squishy these scales are. Shouldn't you diet? That's not how it works. All Dragon Boat have stomachs like this. By the time we were almost full, all the food was gone. After that was the long-awaited dessert time. The table where the food was brought in on was cleared away, and what was brought in its place was... how I've waited for this. It's Shin-kun's homemade cake. Usually it's shortbread, pie, Mont Blanc, pudding, mousse, cupcakes, or other things. Of course, the taste is guaranteed to be good, but with this, the set would be complete, and it seems like the big highlight of things. I'm not sure it will be palatable, though. Of course it will. You always make great stuff. This is seriously good. The taste is so smooth. Oh, does it make your blood run as a cook? Stop making me look like stop making fun of me like an idiot. This really is that amazing. Oh, thank you. Konosuke, you have pie falling out of your mouth. Come on, don't speak with your mouth full. This is delicious. Shin-san, you're amazing for making something like this. Sure, it's good, but Juichi, aren't you eating too much? I'm getting a stomachache just looking at you. Next to the wary-looking Tatsuni, there was a mountain of cake set aside. From the smell, it was like a big cupcake rolled in honey. Seeing Juichi-san eating just that really does make my stomach ache a little. I've had Shin-kun had cake Shin made before, but I really do think you've got talent. Definitely. It's better than a low-end shop stuff. It's amazing! The moment everyone put the cake in their mouths, they had nothing but praise for it. I guess everyone does agree on that. Could you all not pile on the flattery like that? Shin-kun smiled as if embarrassed when everyone spoke out, but it's natural for everyone to say it's good if it is. Joking aside, you seriously can have confidence in this. You didn't need to make the big that big a deal of it. You're too modest. Shin-kun was simply accepting everyone's comments while smiling in embarrassment. Right? It's best for people to be honest like that, Shin. Just like that, the fun was over. I ate, talked with, and helped clean up with everyone, long past the point of shadows growing bigger. It's that time already. Time for things to break up. No, wait, today's the last time I can make this much noise with everyone. The second I thought that, this lonely feeling filled me up. It'd be nice if this summer didn't end. Well, it doesn't have to. We can just turn this into Endless 8. Everyone's favorite arc in all of storytelling. And it'll be grand. What? What should be done after this? How about another party at Ryman? You just want to drink sake, don't you, Tatsuki? Yes? Is that so wrong? It doesn't seem like they'll let today end like this. Well, it'd suck if we made this much noise and we'd still hear it tomorrow. Maybe so. Hiroyuki might be tired too. Eh? You do seem a little tired, Hiroyuki-san. Is that true? Yeah, sorry. I want to hang out with you guys more, but I might oversleep tomorrow if I do. Guess so. It'd be a huge problem if you were late to the bus because we drank with Tatsuni. You don't get to say that. Whether Konosuke was joking or being serious, pretty much everyone around me had the same thought I did. You people are mean. But still, this probably is a good place to end things. You probably have stuff left to pack. That's true. Well then, shall we part here? And so, we all left Shin-kun's house. Shin-kun has a great deal with the rest of the cleanup, so we have to go first. Earlier in the party, I want you to come back at night, he whispered to me, in a way that no one would notice. I didn't know why, but I already planned to come back in secret afterwards, so I gave a little nod then. We exchanged our secret promise, and as everyone watched me off, I headed to my grandparents' house. It was then that I realized I had forgotten something. Oh crap! What's wrong? I forgot my cell phone. What? That's really bad! The city and appliance-obsessed Konosuke gave a bit of an exaggerated surprise. Well, I guess it is an everyday tool. Yeah, I'll go back and get it. Want us to come along? I'll just grab something. I'll just be grabbing something, so I'll be okay. I think. I dropped it around that time. I went to Shin-kun's mansion once I told them so. I could come back later, but it's better to do it sooner. Did you forget something? Yeah. I could have left it for later, though. I didn't think anyone could hear, but my voice lowered all of a sudden either way. Oh, please. What did you forget now? This. This right here. I pulled my cell phone out of my pocket and showed it to Shin. You remembered? Of course. Wait, what? You had that little faith in me? It's not like that. It's just... I was just happy. That's a relief, then. Shin went back to his room to get his cell phone, then came back. And then we exchanged our numbers and addresses. When we parted, we had a secret goodbye kiss away from Maki-san's eyes. A kiss a little bit like a soft, gentle brushing. See you later. I'll come back tomorrow night. Okay, I'll be waiting. I'm really looking forward to when night comes. When the day ended, I told my grandparents I'd be going out, secretly snuck out and headed to Shinkun's house. He had something he wanted to show me before I leave, at night, in secret. And this reminded me of something I felt a little guilty about. But I couldn't believe Shin would do something like that bold. What could he want to show me anyway? I took a light from my pocket for the dark road and hurried over to Shinkun's mansion, a little excited. Welcome. You came at the perfect time. Good evening. What did you want to show me? It'll be time in a little bit, so go ahead to my room. Ah, Amaki, could you make some tea? Is Darjeeling okay? Oh, what about the Assam? Sorry, we ran out of that earlier today. It should be here tomorrow, though. I see. I'll leave it to you then. Sorry to keep you waiting. I was waiting in the room for a moment, and Shinkun brought me tea and snacks. Today we have cookies. No, wait. It looks like crispy bread. But what is it called? Oh, is it rusk, I think? There's still some time, so why don't we have some tea until then? Okay, that's fine. What did you want to show me? No telling yet. The tray was placed on the side table, and then Shinkun turned out the lights. Hey, that's not really an invitation, is it? Hey. The room was plunged into pitch blackness, but as I heard the sounds of a certain pale light came in, which was enough for me to see what was around me. Now then, how about some tea? Okay. I felt a little bit like a devil when I saw the moonlight smile, but maybe that's because of my impurity. For a little while, I enjoyed the moonlight tea with Shinkun next to me, when I suddenly left as if something moved outside the window. What is it? I just thought something moved outside. When I stared out the window this time, I didn't miss what it was. A shooting star? Looks like it started. In the beginning, it's started with one, but one after another, here and there were falling through the night sky. They said you could see the meteor shower tonight. I wanted to see it to the end with you. The sound of a teacup being set echoed in the silence. Even now, the number of shooting stars increased. Gently, I felt a warm body nuzzle up to me. I've always watched by myself, but I've always thought I want to see it with somebody. I never thought I would actually do it, though. It's beautiful. My heart pounded next to the warmth cuddling up next to me. I held the soft, fur-covered hand. As I did, Shin held mine back. How about we wish for something? We shouldn't. It won't be granted either way. So, you've got proof of that? Shinkun didn't answer, but I could tell he was looking away blushing. Ah, thought so. Are you laughing at me? I'm not. Still, why don't we make a wish anyway? Who knows, it might actually get granted. Maybe. Well then, I'll make a wish too. In the dark, Shin closed his eyes and put his hands together. I did the same, then voiced my wish 3 times in my heart. After making our wish, we exchanged glances, and silently we kissed. I could taste the sweetness of the rusk. Hey, Hiroyuki. I've decided. About what? My dream of the future. Dream? Yeah. I really do like making confections. Today everyone ate what I made. They told me it was good, and it made me feel so happy. I tore up my father's letter of introduction, but I think I really will be great if I made it as a job. So I think that's great. The stuff you make is delicious. Thank you. I'm glad. In the corner of some town somewhere, a small but warm store. Wait, I should be calling it a cafe. It doesn't have to be famous. Just have enough people coming. With the smell of sweetness and black tea, time will pass by leisurely. But if I could, it wouldn't be just any town. Here, this village is where I'd want to open the store. Doesn't it sound childish? Talking about a dream like that. Sorry for talking about something weird. I just wanted to tell someone. To tell you about it. No, I think it's a wonderful dream. If it happened, maybe I could get a job there. Just don't confuse salt and sugar, okay? I won't. Come on now. Won't your wish not come true anymore if you tell someone? It's fine. It's my dream, so I'll make it happen myself. Besides, I wished for something different on the shooting star. What's that? It's a secret. It won't come true if I tell you. What? Then give me a hint. You're hopeless. But only because it's you. I'll be very happy if you wish for the same thing. In that peaceful night, the two of us enjoyed ourselves like that much as we liked. As much as time would allow. Summer vacation's pretty much over. My bag shouldn't be any different than when I came here, but somehow it looks terribly small. After I had a light breakfast, I made sure I didn't miss anything, then carried my bags as I headed for the door. Take care of yourself. Don't get sick. Yeah. You two should stay healthy too. Live long. Of course. Once I parted with the grandparents, I headed for the bus stop. So much really had happened this summer. I wish things would keep going like this, though. As I thought of that grade school-like thought, I kept thinking of all the times I've spent with everyone as I passed the scenery. I really don't want to go. I'm not at the age to throw tantrums anymore, but parting really can be so bitter. I wonder how Shin-kun is doing right now. Hey, you're finally here! Hiroyuki-san is here! Once I could see the bus stop, everyone was waiting over there. You guys came. Of course! Aren't we your friends? Thank you, everyone. You don't need to act like that. Later, Hiroyuki. Next time you come, we'll have so much more to talk about. It's been fun seeing you again. Take care when you get back. Don't catch a cold when the season change. Come back whenever you feel like. Hiroyuki-san, please, you must come back. I'm looking forward to the next time we meet. See you. Good luck on the other side. Everyone circled around me and gave me words of encouragement. Among them, the one who walked past the circle. Come on, say something too. I know. Man, you're as vague as ever. You got here first and everything. Really? Well, that's... You were standing here at the bus stop while there wasn't anyone around. If you were that hyped up about it, you could have just gone straight to his house. Oh, wow, he said it. Even if you weren't going to meet him, you shouldn't be late. But I wasn't late today. You barely got here before Hiroyuki did. If I got here in time, I'm not late. Shut up. Well, that's not the type of person I am. Oh, you have a reputation now? Not like that. It's just, if I act out of character, I thought people would see me funny. You pay too much attention to that sort of thing. Sounds like you've got a reputation to think of. Really? I think it'd be great if you could be more honest with yourself, Shin-kun. Even you, Hiroyuki. Ha! It's just as Hiroyuki says. Everyone else was laughing. Come on, don't you all make fun of me now. Even Shin-kun was laughing. If it was the Shin-kun from a little while before, he'd probably frown and be all mad. At that time, the bus arrives. Okay. You guys take care too. I'll definitely come back. Hiroyuki, wait a moment. Huh? When I was about to board the bus, Shin-kun stopped me. When I turned around, my lips felt something warm and soft. Both my cheeks felt something on them, which I'm pretty sure was Shin-kun's palms. A goodbye kiss. I shouldn't actually done that. I shouldn't have. Wait, what? I haven't actually done that before. Whatever. My eyes widened at the sudden occurrence. Well, bleh. As Shin-kun smiled smiley while speaking. I was too surprised to articulate anything. I fell back on the bus seats and looked up at Shin-kun's eyes. Shin-kun? Behind the mischievous smile, Shin-kun, I could see everyone looking shocked. Was that so surprising? Well, isn't it normal for to at least kiss at parting? So this is how people react to it in Japan. As Shin-kun smiled, he gave me a secret wink. So that was a trick. You don't mean to say that was your first kiss? Yeah, I guess so. Well, it wasn't just now, though. As I sat in a daze, the bus doors closed in front of my eyes. On the other side, there was a black cat smiling and waving. The next moment, everyone regained their senses and jolted around Shin as they grabbed his head. Hey, he didn't revert back to the unpleasant classmate. But it's true, isn't it? I'm sure the face I see now is Shin-kun's honest face. I'm sure he wants to always smile with everyone like that. It'll be okay. I won't be late ever again. Seeing him having fun with everyone brought a smile to my face. As I waved back to everyone's shrinking figure past the window, I returned their smiles to my heart. Ah, cheating is wrong though, isn't it, Shin? Man, this game is still as terrible as it always is. But, like, I wouldn't have it any other way. Like, it's so trashy. And the writing's kind of garbage. And I don't know if that's, like, the translation or if that's just how it is. But, I don't know. It's, like, part of the experience, I guess. Because I usually, like, aggressively dislike when things go full romance, because that's like the reason why I don't like Adastra, right? Because it's like, here's this plot, by the way, don't worry about that, don't you want to fuck this wolf? And I'm like, no. I kind of want to know about this whole Civil War political plot that's going on in the background. But this was kind of like, this was one of the first dating sims I played. It was like this and Kato a Shoujo, which is like you know, two sides of the same coin, right? Misha, best girl. But yeah, it's like not great. It's really clunky, but at the same time, it's so iconic as part of like, I'd hate, like, I almost hate wording it this way, but, like, gay furry culture, right? Like, Morenatsu is, like, such a cornerstone of it. But, oh, a text from Shin-kun. Once I checked the notification sound, I opened up my cell phone. Good evening. I wonder how text it's been now. I never thought I'd be using this, but now I really need to thank my father. By the way, next time I'm going over there, but if it's no trouble, I'd like to go to your house if it's all right. I want to see you again. Even after getting back, I've always exchanged texts with Shin. Since Signal can't reach Minasato Village, it seems that he has to go all the way to Kanzari Town. So I can't carelessly let things slip and pay close attention to whatever when something happens. Whenever something comes in, it's usually a holiday. Still, even with the distance, we're still connected this way. Even with a connection like this, it always brings a big warmth inside me. I feel a big warmth inside me. Yeah, it's no trouble at all. When are you coming? My room's extra messy, so I'll have to clean it. I'm so excited. I smiled unintentionally as I typed out my reply, then pressed the send button. Our relationship has only just started. New gallery scene unlocked. Is it? Oh, I usually just, like, stop playing once I get to the credits. That's right, so I don't know. And I usually just turn off the game, so I never let it, like, finish. Or, I don't know. But, yeah. I don't know, like, I do like Shin, but, like, jeez, I've never liked the sex scene stuff in these kind of games. It's always, like, off-putting to me. Which is a shame about Smoke Room, because there's, like, a lot of it. But I like everything else in that game, so, like, it is what it is. I usually prefer when, like, you can't. When that kind of stuff isn't there, but I know that's, like, a huge appeal for this type of community, so I know that I'm the odd one out. It is still kind of sad that this game never got finished, because, like, Torihiko, though, he's so charming. But I just kind of, like, I went with Shin, because, you know, I'm not basic, I don't want the edgy one. The Shadow the Hedgehog motherfucker, like. But I also really like Koya and Juichi. But that's also like everyone likes those characters. Like, I always feel like when people talk about this game, they kind of like it gets funneled down to like Torihiko, Tatsuni, Koya, Shin, and Juichi. Those are like the only 5 people talk about. Yet there's like 4 other characters. Granted, I don't care about Konosuke, Shun. What are the married couple? It was Kyoji? Was that the dog's name? And Sotaru? Was that the lion? Yeah, I can't be bothered. Like those 4, I don't know. But the others, you know, those first 5, like I get it. I'm not really into Tatsuni, but I know that like I see lots of other people going like, "Oh, Tatsuni's like the best," and I'm like, "Yeah, I get it. Yeah, like if you're into that kind of man's, you know, you do you." But yeah, thanks for sticking around, playing this like kind of shitty dating sim that I feel like if you're in this community, you're nostalgic for it. It's like an instant thing. But yeah, if you got any ideas, if you want to recommend a game, put it in the comments. Maybe I'll get around to it. But see you around, everyone.